Morning everybody, Monday morning, first job in the truck. Got to work slightly late, 8:10ish. It's 11:15. So just jump in the truck, heading towards Jesmond in Newcastle. We've got a little Skoda Superb to pick up, which is overheating. I think it's possibly a water pump, or by what the customer says. But we are, we'll find out. We'll get there. It drives, so it'll drive in the back of the truck, so it'll be a nice, easy job. But unfortunately, it doesn't drive too far. A little overheating, so we'll just put it straight at the back of the truck. And then after that, we're heading to the other end of Newcastle, towards Newcastle Airport. Got a car to pick up there. So far there's only 2 in for today, which is nice. No doubt there'll be more in the afternoon, but it's not bad doing a couple of jobs in the morning and then they'll get diagged or whatever, and then you might get 1 or 2 in the afternoon, which is nice, rather than be out in the truck all day. We have got a full-time driver starting, so it'll be a lot easier than me being out all the time. Don't get us wrong, don't mind driving the truck. It's quite good. I like it better when you're into like little housing estates, so it's quite tricky driving rather than just the same. Like I could never drive a truck up and down the motorway all day long. I think I'll just get a bit bored of it. But we're heading into Newcastle now, and I might get a little bit of footage when I get there. I'll just see what the conditions are like. Might see you later on. Cheers. Right everybody, that was our first ever field recovery. It was a pretty newish Lambo. 1500 horsepower with a boost logic kit on it, and it was probably, I'm going to say, about 5 mil off getting on the back of the truck. But the little kick at the back on this truck normally isn't a problem, but on that car both wheels ended up on the truck, but it just wasn't enough to get the back door up. So just shows you not everything goes to plan, unfortunately. Maybe one of the new trucks would have got it on, maybe it wouldn't, who knows. We tried it anyway, and like I say, it didn't work, but it would have been nice to take that there for the lad, but there's worse things happen, I suppose. Just going to head back now to Team Valley, to the garage. So what we'll do is we'll get the truck put away for the day, hopefully. I don't think there's anything else this afternoon, and then we'll do a little bit of a workshop walk this afternoon and see what the guys have been up to. Thanks for watching, and see you later on in the day. Morning everybody, it's Wednesday and it is only 6:10 in the morning. Just come to work in the Yaris GR. First time I've actually drove this car properly. This is probably the best hot hatch out there. Drove everything from Golf GTIs, all the VRS Skodas, even some of the hot hatch, what your classes as hot hatch BMWs. I've never even put my foot down this car. I've never been over 3,000 revs because there's a little indicator the dash tells you not to thrash it when it's cold. And already I can just feel this car's something special. I can see why people really love it. I've never seen so much tech packed into one tiny little space. This has got like, it's got lane departure, it's got active cruise control, and it's got a really good sound system. And if I'm in a car that I like to go fairly quick in, I like a good sound system. I think there's nothing better than driving. Yeah, everybody likes to hear the exhaust, but get your tunes on, give a car a little bit of a thrash, and nothing better. I'm literally just pulling to work. Try and get this tucked in the car park before the whole world drops into the car park. Yesterday I had something like 53 cars on site. You know, it's getting a bit nuts actually. But I did stay back last night. I got quite a bit shifted. Hopefully it gives the guys a little bit of stress relief this morning. I'm saying that, but there's going to be probably breakdowns coming and all sorts of stuff. Right, hopefully me and Ed will get back on camera this afternoon, see what's going in the workshop. I'll have a quick look at the diary this morning. I did shuffle some things around last night. All the cars that are coming in first are all on the ramps, luckily, so the guys can just get straight on rather than having to shift around the car park. I'll see you this afternoon. Cheers. Right, it's now Wednesday evening. There's only me and Andy left in the workshop, and Jimmy and Gary still in the front, and obviously Ed is behind the camera. Been really busy today. I was hoping to get something about lunchtime on the camera, but it just didn't happen. Literally, things coming in now, too busy. The first thing we've got here is this Jag XJ. This is the 5 litre supercharged. This is definitely not the poor man's Jag. This is the best model, best engine, best trim, best of everything. This really beautiful car. I think they're just over 500 horsepower, these. But unfortunately, as all Jaguar Land Rover products do have their little things, like little niggles to get at you. So we've had to remove the supercharger here. So we've lifted the supercharger up, stripped that down, because there's a water leak from this here, which is the oil cooler. So water and oil pass through that, it'll cool that down, but unfortunately there's a leak, so it's filling up this V here, which you can't see with coolant. And he's just stripped it down. There's the man himself there, look. There's Andy there. You all right, son? That's living the dream after work, overtime king. That there is pouring all over the floor. So there's water runs through these, and these basically sit in the inlet manifolds. So coolant runs through these, and it'll actually cool down intake temperatures. Obviously, once you start compressing air with a turbo or a supercharger, then the air starts getting very hot. The hotter the air, the less efficient it is. Then that means less power. That isn't what obviously they wanted on this 5 litre supercharge. So the water actually runs through here, cools that charge temperature down. So we've ordered a new gasket for here. We've also ordered the new oil cooler and a few gaskets in here. So you've got the 2 inlet gaskets. There's also a couple of plastic pipes here which come off the water pump, and some of them actually feed into that oil cooler. So we've ordered all the parts there from Jaguar Land Rover. They should be here tomorrow afternoon. We've been told about 2 o'clock. That'll be good actually, because Andy will then have time to get rid of some of the jobs in the morning. He can fall back onto this. The job itself, once it's stripped, isn't too bad, but obviously the strip down isn't major. But obviously, you know, you've got all your scuttle panel off, all the top of the engine stripped down, just to get into that V there. So that was a water leak, and this one here is also a water leak as well. This is in because there was a leak on a little valve down here. So that's been blanked off for now. The valve should come tomorrow, and Andy Pandy will get that straight back on there, lad. Andy's just going to chuck a rear diff into that Vito taxi. Rear diff's exploded, so we couldn't get a new one. We couldn't get that one reconditioned, it was too badly damaged. So we managed to get a second-hand one there. That'll go straight in. This car here, we MOT'd this today. It got advised on front tyres, and it failed on the ABS light being illuminated, and the rear pads. So the rear pads got done. We're just literally waiting for the 2 front tyres to come in first thing in the morning. They can go on this car and go back on the MOT bay for retest. We're fitting a new wheel bearing on the passenger side. So there's the wheel bearing there. There actually isn't any play with the wheel bearing like you would get normally. It's still fairly smooth and serviceable, but unfortunately the sensor which comes as part of it is that's the fault. So replace the full thing. As wheel bearing goes, actually not too bad. Just 3 bolts, then the nut that holds the drive shaft in, and that is that all done. So let's see, in the morning we'll get the tyres on that, and that'll go back on the MOT bay for a retest. Actually, we can't find a second-hand gearbox for this, end up having to buy a new gearbox. Hopefully that'll come tomorrow. If not, hopefully it comes this week, and then that can go back in and get that back to the guy so he can get back to his parcels. Yet another water problem. This is the one I picked up actually on the back of the truck that you guys seen. So this is the one that needs a water pump. Obviously when it's all stripped down, we're going to put a time belt at the same time, cool and flush, and then that should get a taxi back on the road. Then lastly in the workshop is this Corsa. So this came in for a gearbox, we couldn't get one. Also brand new gearbox isn't available yet. We couldn't actually get a clutch either. So this came in for a clutch not long ago, and we couldn't actually get one from the main dealer. They said that there was actually no part number populated yet for that, because they didn't expect them to go wrong as quick. So these are actually now part of the PSA group. So this is like a Peugeot Citroën sort of base under a Corsa now. Unfortunately, the clutch didn't last 2 minutes, and now the gearbox is probably not lasted another 10,000 over the top of that. So far, pretty poor quality on the drivetrain, but the customer whose car is actually loves the car, says it's a great car. It's actually a driving school car. It's been perfect for what she does, but unfortunately the clutch and gearbox problem is obviously not what you want, especially not on those sort of mileages. That's actually the gearbox there. That's for that Corsa that just came on a pallet today. And then outside is still crazy busy. So the Pertec van, that's actually been diagnosed as a NOx sensor. So we've been told that there's something like 600 of them at the Mercedes dealer on back order. So we're not going to be 601. So anyway, we're going to strip that down, see if there's anything we can do with that, repair it. If not, we'll have to look at a plan B for that, because obviously they need that van back on the road. If it's not on the road, it's not making money. So that's pretty much everything I've got for you today. Me and Ed's going to finish off a little bit of work, and then we're going to head home. Hopefully Andy won't be too long. We'll see in the morning. I won't be doing anything on the way to work with the camera or the GoPro tomorrow, because we'll look at the footage, and actually what you've seen before this, which is this morning's footage, is really dark. The GoPro is not the best in the dark lights, and obviously I can't take a full film crew or anything with us in the back of that little car, so I'll just stick to using the GoPro during the day. Thanks for watching, see you tomorrow. Morning everybody, it's Thursday. I'm just out on the final test drive of this M5. Just been down the motorway a little bit there, just heading back towards the garage. Driving absolutely perfect, just as it was from the factory. So in the end, this car had all the injectors on the passenger side bank. We had faults for 3 of them permanently, and 1 was intermittent. So in the end, we put 4 genuine injectors in, and a new rotor cover gasket and a coolant bottle, because the coolant bottle was actually split, so that was somehow wasn't causing any issues that the customer knew about. It was more, you can see the little traces of white sort of powdery coolant all over the underside of the bonnet. I think we've probably done about 15-20 mile now. Car's been perfect, no misfire. So the car originally drove not too bad, but excuse me, as soon as you put it under any load, then the car would then would misfire a couple of times, then the car would go into safe mode. It would basically switch off all the power. Now it's perfect, no sort of misfires, nothing like that. Running great, apart from the fuel lights on. We'll give the customer a call, get them to come pick us up, and then we'll start on the RS6, which has a very similar fault. So that will go into misfire, and then into limp mode under load as well. You can clear the fault. I think you can do about 3 mile, the fault comes back. So that's coming up with cylinder 6 misfire. It has been in another garage before. I think they've changed a coil pack and a spark plug. If it was me, I would have done a compression test while the spark plug was out, but they didn't. That's fine, we'll pull that back apart. We'll do a compression test, make sure that the compression's good. Because if you haven't got compression, then you've got a permanent misfire. It doesn't matter how many parts you change. So we'll change that, we'll pull out the spark plugs, we'll do the compression check on that, and then if the compression's good, it will confirm that the spark plug and the coil's good, then we will look at putting an injector in that as well. We'll see what we get done today. Hopefully me and Elle will get a bit more on film later on. Hope you have a good morning. See you soon.
The camera's run off.
Can you say, hi everybody, it's Friday and I'm going to school.
Hi everybody, it's Friday, I'm going to school.
Where's Daddy going?
To work.
To work. Yeah. What do you think of this little car?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Huh? What's good about it so far?
Because it's noisy.
It's noisy. What else is good about this car?
Because it's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. It's fast and it's noisy.
Yeah.
That's good for cars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it get
That truck's a little bit slow.
It is a little bit slow.
This car is much faster.
It is faster.
More than just normal cars.
Do you think this is a hot hatch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know this is a 1.6 turbo?
Whoa.
Whoa.
That is a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah. This has got 250 horsepower. Imagine that, 250 horses pulling the car.
That will be a little bit the car will be too fast for horses.
Too fast for horses.
Don't do that, engine. No. Stop it.
Stop it.
I don't know why it beeps.
I don't know why it beeps. I think it's getting a little bit close to the white line, that's why. This car's got lots of cool things in it.
Yep.
And I think these seats are really cool.
Yeah.
You're in your cool seat anyway, but Daddy's in a really, really cool seat.
Yeah.
Do you like the colour?
Yeah.
What colour is it?
White.
It's white. Why do you like white cars?
Because you can put stickers on them.
Put stickers on them.
Yeah.
What sort of stickers would you put on?
I put car stickers on.
You put car stickers on?
Yeah, but just that they're only for cars.
Just car stickers?
So they don't really wash off.
Oh no, you don't want them to wash off. So we put some cool stickers in this car for Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we put a unicorn on it? No? So what should we put on?
Cars?
Cars on the car?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you can. Just that we can't put normal stickers on it.
why not?
That will scrape the car.
I'll scrape the car.
Yeah, put the pointy.
Pointy stickers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because we only have slide-in stickers. They're only for paper. You're gonna slide them in.
I gotta slide them in?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't slide them in the car.
can't slide them in the car.
Or you have a hole in the car.
Oh, I don't want to hold the car, will get wet.
You get really wet, and your car will get really wet. And you won't be able to stick that camera on.
I know.
And it will be full of water.
I don't want a car full of water.
No, definitely not.
If everything was full of water, we'd need a boat.
Yeah, and
We need to
how?
swim.
Yeah, but it's just that how we're gonna swim on a fine, clear road.
Fine, clear road. I don't think you can swim on here. It'd be hard swimming uphill.
Yeah. Oh, it won't be downhill. That will go us really fast.
That'd be fast swimming, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But just that it will hurt because there's rocks on the floor.
Yeah. So,
You just have to swim for it, but I do know how to swim.
yeah,
Do you?
I know how to swim.
I'll teach you.
Oh, you can teach me?
But just that in the swimming lesson, grown-ups can go too.
swim, I'll teach you how to drive, okay?
Okay.
Daddy's not the best driver though. You were the best driver.
Will you? Whoa!
Whoa!
Slow down!
Right. Say bye bye everybody. I'm going to school today.
Bye bye everybody, I'm going to skip.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Right, hi everybody. It's Friday afternoon. It is 4 o'clock. We are mental busy today. That's why I've got my gloves on. Been grafting all day in the workshop, unfortunately. Not had 2 seconds in the office. This is also this bit of footage here is on the GoPro, as the other cameras are being used at the minute. So we're just going to finish off today with the GoPro. Just to end the day, it's been an absolutely mental week. So we've ended up one thing or another. We've ended up 2 staff down. So one guy we'll let go just because of just productivity really. So check on efficiencies all the time, and the efficiencies were down. I just don't think he was used to this fast-paced workshop, but that's fine. I mean, you know, he'll fit in perfect somewhere else. He's actually moved on to HGV fitting, so that'll be pretty good for him, I think. And the other guys also put his notice in, so his day, today is the last day for him. He is just sorting his toolbox out to go now. I hope he does well in the new job that he's at. But obviously now we're looking for new staff, so we're looking to take on 3 more staff. So we're looking for a full-time MOT tester and 2 more techs. We've just literally started a full-time HGV driver who's going to start on the recovery truck. And we're also going to be looking for another HGV driver for another recovery truck. So I'll put a funny video on at the end basically. So this week's been up and down, crazy highs, and definitely got some lows this week. We've had the good bits, the bad bits, the ugly bits, but I'll put a funny video on the end. It'll chuck that in for us, where we've got Garry, just done Garry later kit. That was perfect. Funny things in the workshop happened, but just finished the office. 2 MOTs just behind us here. So there's the little Fiat 500, I'm saying little Fiat 500, actually this one's been on steroids. This one's a 500X, the bigger one. This little Corsa, this is the Corsa that was in for the clutch and got the gearbox done, sorry. Gowan Dawson's van there. That was picked up on the recovery truck with a broken spring. It was a non-start, so luckily the non-start was just the battery. And the broken spring has all been done, so that was a new leaf spring fitted. While it's in, we're just going to service it. And on the health check, we've picked up the rear pads. They're low, so we'll get them sorted. We'll come across, see what's happening over here. So this Sprinter is in for a boost leak. Oh, that's certainly where the fault code's telling us to look. So we're going to check out a boost leak. There is a hose under here, under this under tray. That is really common for splitting. So we normally keep one of them in stock. So if it is that, hopefully we'll get that done. Yes, Andy, just loving life.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Andrew's the man who done Garry later kitman with the water. So this man needs a bonus. A couple of the bits didn't arrive that we thought were going to be here for this, so we've been waiting for a couple of gaskets, but this is all done. Going back together, the plenum's back on. New oil cooler, everything's in, so that water leak will be gone now. He's just going to start putting this back together. This will get finished off today, and then we'll give the customer a call hopefully Monday after it's been road test, and just double check for any leaks. So we were originally going to get another gearbox for this van, but unfortunately we can't get a gearbox. So I'll just show you on here. That is the problem there. So that's the problem gear there. Obviously you can see it's mashed. And then this gear here is actually the corresponding gear. So that is that new one there. We'll replace that. And that one is that one there. So this will get stripped out on Monday morning. And these are probably some of the worst bearings I've ever seen. So this cage here should be sitting nice and level. But unfortunately, if you look at all that, actually you just take them bearings out by hand. So this will all get stripped, cleaned, all new parts in, all new bearings. We'll go back together and we'll get that back in the van, hopefully Monday afternoon. And the last thing in the workshop that's still in for today is this Disco 4. So this Disco 4, we've just took the body off today because there's a crossover pipe. So there's a pipe, basically, this is the old one. So you can just see there the black suit, and that's nice and white. So basically under that suit there, that flexible pipe there is actually snapped. So you can see there, that's the thingy. But that one there is nice and stiff. So there is supposed to be some movement in them, but not that much. There's also a little split in this pipe here as well at the same time. So that pipe actually goes just on here like that. So that goes from turbo to turbo, just so the exhaust gas is equalised across the two banks. So this valve here was also shown a fault. This is your TSOV valve. It's pretty dark under here, but it'll do the best you can. So we'll just check all the pipe work of this. I can see there that I think there's a little hole in the vacuum pipe, so we'll double check that at the same time. You know, everyone sort of slates Land Rovers, but to be fair, they're a pretty good machine as long as they're well looked after. It's got a fuel mile on now, so it's actually due a time belt and also the fuel pump belt. So there's a little tiny belt at the back of here. This drives the fuel pump off the back of the camshaft. So once this covers off, we'll replace that belt there. And just round the front, we'll strip these covers off here and we'll change the time belt. That's also at the front of the vehicle. So that should keep this vehicle on the road for a lot longer. These are all the bits off this car here. So take the body off, not the end of the world. It's the inner arches out, front and rear bumper. All the colour-coded trims come off the side. You've got the likes of the coolant bottle and bits of brackets underneath the bonnet. And then really there's just the fixings here. So you've got your fixings at the front here, and here, and here, and you've got two at the back there. Once you take all them off, then we then lower the back down, put the ram under the shell rather than the chassis, lift it up. And once it's off, obviously it's a lot easier to work on. There's some of the bits down here you can't actually even see when the body's on. Basically from these pipes down, you can't see it at all. You can get a little bit of access under here, but very little. So now the body's off, we'll do a couple little jobs like brake pipes and things that we need doing anyway, and that'll get this car back to tip top. Like I say, if you're looking for work or you want to change in job, you're in a garage obviously already. We're not looking for people who are sort of work shy or people who are looking for an easy life, unfortunately. We want to pay you well, so basically the wage will be anywhere from between 28,000 and 53,000 a year. So there's a big difference between 28 and 53, but obviously there's a massive difference in people's skill set. So I'm not saying that we want like a, don't want a rocket scientist or an astronaut, but as long as you're hard working, you want to be here on time. You haven't got to do overtime, but overtime is literally unlimited. So there's guys that do overtime every day. There's guys who don't do any overtime at all. That's by the by. We're not bothered if you do overtime or not. As long as when you are here, you work hard, you're conscientious on quality. That's what we aim for all the time, is quality. But in saying that, we also are a massive sort of quantity garage as well. So things are in and out really quick. It's very, very fast paced. The guys who are here at the minute, they work perfectly and they handle the pressure really well. But if you want a garage where you're going to have very little pressure and very little quantity of work, please don't put your CV in. That's not a bad thing or a bad way at all, but I know that, so this garage might be big, but I think once you're new and you're under pressure, the garage probably feels really small because everybody's sort of like looking at you. It's probably like start your first day at secondary school. There's be a lot of pressure to impress, but you'll be paid accordingly, you'll be treated really well. You get the best of work gear. So everything that we give the guys is the same as this. So everything will be branded. I'm not even wearing work pants today. I'm wearing some old tracksuit bottoms, but so you get like 5 pants, 5 t-shirts, 5 jumpers. You get a hat, you get a winter jacket, you get shorts for the summer. The heating's on, it's 22 degrees every day. If there's snow on the roof, it's still 22 degrees. In the summer, we'll put the aircon on. Like, we try and keep the working conditions as good as possible. But when we give you the best, unfortunately, we want the best out of you every time. So Ed's going to chuck that video on there of Garry getting the water straight in his ear. That just made my week. I think it made my year, actually. We'll probably not get another one like that. If we do, I hope we'll get it on a film again. Garry, thanks for being a good sport and not just flying straight off the handle like I would have. But thanks very much for watching, everybody. The views are doing amazing. You know, we can't ask for any more, really. We've got a lot of good things coming in the future. We've also got some really tricky little episodes that we're going to work on, but at the minute it's trying to juggle obviously workshop time versus time on the camera. And some of probably the best episodes that we'll get will not be actually in the workshop. They'll be out in a car, either doing a review or just doing what we love, and it's just getting involved in anything with wheels, really. Everybody here just they love engines, they love wheels, they love motorsport. You know, it doesn't matter what age it is, if it's between any of the workshop staff or guys in the front of house, if it's Jim or Ed, you know, we all like different things, but the one thing we've all got in common is we all love anything to do with an engine. So hopefully you like what you see. If you don't, remember, I've said it before, say it again. If you don't like it, then just tell us. If we can help you, if we can move something around the episode, if we can show you something that you want to see, great, let us know, we'll help. And if you do like it, let us know as well, and that we know we're doing the right thing and we'll keep on track. We need you to like, share, subscribe as much as possible. Like the subscribers, that had a really good ramp, and now we're getting a little bit less subscribers every day. We're still getting them every single day, which is amazing to see. So we're over 3,500 subscribers now. We're just under 4,000 hours of watch time. Everything's going good. We can't really complain, to be honest with you, about our sort of YouTube journey. So this is episode 24. So it's an easy number to remember, because if it's 24 episodes, we do one every week. That means we've only been going 24 weeks. We're on, I think the episode that was 3 episodes ago, possibly, is 42,000 views. Unbelievable. Can't thank you enough. It's amazing. Every time me and Ed in the morning, it's either me or Ed will be the first to say, yeah, you know, we were blown away at 20,000. It's our first 20,000 views video. And then every morning, me and Ed would come down for a crack, and it would be 21,000, 24,000, 26, 28. And then once it got to 30, we thought that was it. But it's still going and going and going. And that's what we love to see. So somebody obviously likes that video, or 40,000 people must like that video. So if we can keep it that way, that'd be fantastic. But we'll only keep going if people keep watching, keep the views up. And we don't make any money off YouTube. You know, we do it because we love it, really. You know, we love being involved in cameras, we love being involved in cars. All the stuff that we're doing is just because we love it. And if nobody watched, then we wouldn't do it. But now we're getting some really, really good numbers behind us. It's good, it gives us a bit of drive, a bit of motivation to keep it going every day. Next week's going to be slightly different. I'll only get a little bit of footage on Monday and Tuesday, because Ed's going to Portugal, actually, with his son for a couple of days. So his son's playing football out there. He's got an amazing opportunity out there. He's doing an amazing job. You know, remember, he's a young guy, young boy, and he's literally left the UK to go to Portugal to follow his dream. And you know, he's got all of our support, really, because you know, you can't really fault somebody. You know, they're going to go all the way, follow their dreams. And if you've got something you want to do, go and do it. And a lot of things lately, obviously happens in the garage, happens in life, blah, blah, blah. You think, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. If you do it tomorrow, I guarantee you'll never do it. If you're going to do something, just do it. And that's what Junior's doing. You know, he's out there by himself, really. Yeah, he's making friends and stuff, but he's came from the UK. He's flew out to Portugal to play football and to follow his dream. And obviously, Junior's looking at the bigger picture. He's going to be a pro football player. he's going to do very, very well. And let's hope he looks after his Uncle Marvin when he gets back and he's playing for the big guys. Thanks very much for watching. Remember, 5,000, you want to get £500, 10,000, you want to give away that little Fiat. Can't wait to see you. See you next time. Cheers. Can you smell gases in the bottle?
Everyone's filming that, mate.